Hello and welcome to Breathwood. My name is David Yates, and I haven't been here in a long time. And I have some interesting new things to share about circular breathing. But of course, it's the most asked for skill in didgeridoo playing. And why not? It's fundamental. Some will say it's easy, but I think those folks already get it. So of course they'll say it's easy. Some will say it's hard. That's either people who can't do it yet or people who perhaps study it or look into it quite frequently. I think a lot is going on. It's quite a complicated mechanism in the body. So if you don't have it yet, don't worry. But I hope some of the things I want to talk about today will be helpful. I want to break circular breathing into two main moments. That's it. Then we're going to take those two moments and link them here and link them here, and we get a circle. And the process can break here and here or here, and you can end up with a broken sounding circular breath cycle. Now, for this to work, we have to dig into breathing on its own. Don't go right to the didgeridoo expecting to get it if your fundamental breathing is off. So let's try a couple of experiments first. First experiment. Without any preparation, the next chance you have in your breathing, take a deep breath in. And notice how your body feels. You gotta really pay attention to how does it feel. Lightness, tension, open, easy, difficult. Okay? Let the air back out. Okay? Now, next chance you have in your breathing, do a complete exhale. Exhale, empty your lungs completely. Notice how that feels. Then, relax. Allow the breath to come back in on its own. So that in-breath right there, compared to the first in-breath, what was the difference for you? You have this deep, full in-breath. You can even see it when I do it. We got this like tense inhale through the nose. There's a bit of a narrowing of this valve here. And I feel tension. And then exhaling, you're going to feel work, muscles, core, contraction. But then, my hope for you is that there you feel a lot more effortlessness in your inhale. You've got to switch toward that kind of breathing to circular breathe. You got to get away from anything remotely like blow, blow, inhaling intensely through the nose where your focus is the nose, having a tense torso and trying to breathe into that. Although at an advanced level, you can maintain tone and breathe into that. That's a little different. You've got to work on, and being over full. If you're full already, and then you empty a little bit, and then you try to breathe in again, you're breathing into this tense system. So then you're holding tension in your body, and you're trying to breathe into a tense system, and it's just going to work against you. So, when you go to the didge, notice what your body wants to do. Probably, and then play. I want you to take that inhale if you feel the need to. Then let it back out. Get to neutral, then play. Now from here, we want to be working more into the core contraction so that when we inhale, all I'm doing is letting go of the core. I'm never going. Like if you watch me for a second here. Like that was all circular breathing. But you never saw me go. Freaking tiring. That is freaking tiring stuff. I want to steer you away from that massively. Got to steer you away from that. You got to stop that if that's what you're doing. So on a gentler note, the thing you can practice is a deep full exhale, and then inhale from there by relaxing, and the deep full exhale, and then to inhale by relaxing. Okay, so you got that. Now, didgeridoo, two main parts. One part is a lung-based, a core-based out breath. You know, you got some air. Gotta let some back out. There we go. Middle. That's long breath. Okay, long breath. Then I breathe in to replenish, and then back to long breath. Okay. Now, while I'm breathing in, I want to link the mouth breath. So on the one hand, you've got lung-based drone, okay, and you're blowing out while making the drone, okay, and then you have a mouth-based drone, and you're breathing in while making the drone. So this is breathing out and droning, and then this is breathing in and droning. So what you can do to practice this is fill your mouth with air. Make sure you're not breathing in, and squeeze it out with your face muscles. Different people have different success with cheek focus or jaw focus or a bit of both, like you're chewing. Okay, so that's worthwhile practice on its own. When people talk about the straw in the water exercise, you want to be able to use your cheeks, your mouth to blow bubbles rather than your lungs part of the time. Okay, so what we're going to do is link our in-breath to this sound. So you got to make sure you got this sound first. When you go to play, you don't get to breathe. This is an exercise, okay? You do not get to breathe in unless you are attempting this. So you don't get to sit here and go drone, maybe a, and then and reset. You don't get to breathe unless you are making a mouth fart. We'll call it a mouth fart. So just humor me here. You do not get to breathe unless you are mouth farting. So maybe take a couple breaths before the exercise. Don't worry if this only works for you for 10 seconds at first. You'll stretch it eventually to 20 seconds, 40, and onward. But commit to the process for the space of the exercise. So you prepare. You're going to mouth fart to breathe in. Now, we have a choice here, and this depends on where you're at with your sounds. You can mouth fart to breathe in, and then just do lip buzz. Mouth fart to breathe in. Lip buzz. Okay. Now, I would love to get that to the didgeridoo as soon as possible. So you can mouth fart, breathe in, drone. Now, during the drone, you are blowing out, you are buzzing your lips. You also have to create full cheeks so you can then mouth fart on the next cycle. So you mouth fart to breathe in. You don't stop and exhale or inhale or anything during the exercise. If you stop and breathe, then you got to go, okay, that was a cycle and I'm breathing now and I got to reset. Okay. Mouth fart to breathe in. Drone. Now, you got to allow enough drone to get your lungs down more on the empty side so that when you mouth fart and breathe in, you're not working against yourself like I talked about earlier. Now, the thing about the mouth fart and the breathing in, the place where you can go wrong is you do a long mouth fart and you do a long inhale. That's not how we breathe in didgeridoo. I don't ever go. Never do that. I never do that. It's always quick, gentle sniffs of air. So the mouth fart needs to start to shrink, and then the breath that happens during that needs to be even smaller inside of it. That's it. Back to drone. So. Now, I talked about linking them. Somewhere here in the middle, there is a transition where I'm still squeezing. I've already inhaled. And before I finish the squeeze, I'm back to lung breathing, and that brings me to this one. So they link. And then to link again, I'm lung breathing, blowing out. And I'm going to start trying to squeeze. I'm going to start trying to squeeze before I inhale and cut off the drone with my lung air. I'm going to start the face squeeze, the face drone, the mouth fart, right? At the, not the after the end of the drone, but the tail end. So I'm droning. And I switch right away to mouth fart. Now eventually the mouth fart becomes drone. You don't make this sound, you make. But we're linking this idea that you don't breathe during the exercise unless you're mouth farting, unless you're making a squeeze with your face in some kind of outward sound. It's hard to do with just the lips because the didgeridoo mouthpiece holds things in place, so you can expand your cheeks around this edge a little bit. I find a nice lip buzz easier to do when I don't use cheeks so much as jaw movement. So mouth fart becomes. So breathe in, blow out, breathe in, blow out. So keep that in mind. You're linking your in-breath to a squeeze of the face. And then you're blowing out. You're linking the in-breath to a squeeze of the face. And then you're blowing out. And talk to yourself. Say, okay, I'm get ready to play. I don't get to breathe in unless I'm mouth farting. Etc. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I really want to know how that goes for you. I want to know if this gets you any closer. For those who already circular breathe, I want to know, I guess, what you think and if that makes sense. But I'm really interested in the people who are learning circular breathing right now, you know, who just maybe haven't connected the two sides, or maybe don't quite get the concept of mouth drone, lung drone, mouth drone, lung drone, which starts as mouth fart, lung drone, or lung fart, if that's where you're at. You can do this with F sound. Okay, there you go. My first video in ages. First video of 2022. That's what I've got for now. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you'd like to see weekly videos from me or get one-on-one guidance, and in some cases group guidance, check the Patreon link down below. I'd love your support and I'd love to work with you. And other than that, thanks for watching. Happy playing, and see you again eventually.